This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
I just got off the phone with the president, and he called, and I said, listen, if you were to put odds on it, what were the odds that this is going to end up being a negotiated deal? He said he wasn't going to put odds on it, but he said 8 p.m. is happening. That's what he said. He said, it is, if we get to that point, there is going to be an attack like they have not seen. Now, he's sticking to that at this point. Now, he said if negotiations move forward today and there is something concrete, that could change. But at this hour, he didn't want to put odds on it, but he said it is moving forward with the plans that we have. That's a huge deal. And obviously, we all think that it's a thing that he's putting out there to say, don't do this. He says he doesn't want to do it, but he is, at this hour, sticking to it and saying it might be likely if they don't come to the table.
Brett,
Well, they're not at the table. That was Brett Baer, ladies and gentlemen, Fox News, about an interview. He said Donald Trump called him to talk about this. Anyway, the 8 p.m. deadline holds, and so tonight, Democrats are losing their minds, including Marjorie Taylor Greene, all of them demanding that Trump vacate office, that he be thrown out of office, kicked out of office. Ever since the Vietnam, Democrats have taken every opportunity they can to side with America's enemies, and that continues to this day. There is other news out here. We're going to touch on some of it, but we will spend some time on Iraq. This is Bo Snerdley, James Golan. Iran. Did I say Iraq? Yes, Iran. I'm sorry. Just an old muscle memory reflex attacking the throat, the voice. It is a Tuesday edition of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour, fastest hour in American media. Carlos, I saw a headline this afternoon, or this morning actually, that some sort of tourney came to a conclusion. Some tourney, and somebody won something and was all a celebratory, and I figured I'd ask you about it. I think this is a continuation of that March Sadness thing. Do I have that right? Did it finally come to an end here, going into a full week into April?
Yeah, it was the tournament finished. Concluded last night with Michigan beating UConn for the championship. It was okay.
So Michigan beat Alaska.
I don't know. The enthusiasm is like for the first 2 weeks when like everybody's playing everybody. It's like all these games and everybody.
So nobody cares. So the whole point of this was to get a winner, but nobody cares about the winner.
I lost interest when like
so Michigan.
Yeah.
So Michigan beat Alaska, and that was the end of it.
UConn.
University of Connecticut, UConn.
Oh, I thought you meant UConn, as in, well, yeah, up in Canada, you know.
The mascot is the Huskies, so it does throw you off.
The mascot's the Huskies. Mm-hmm. They're named UConn, but they're really in Connecticut.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And what team beat them?
The Michigan Wolverines.
Okay. Does anybody care?
No. I mean, Michigan people.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So another one of your people that you have, what does he call himself now, this Mr. West character?
Kanye?
Yes, him.
Yay.
Well, apparently the answer's nay, not yay. Because he wanted to do a concert over in the UK, across the pond, and I think this is something called the Wireless Festival. which means he should be able to do it anyway, because after all, it's wireless, and so why? But the UK Home Secretary, Shanbana Mahmood, was considering blocking him, and I understand now he has been blocked. Mr. West, known as Ye, said his only goal is to come to London and present a show of change, bringing unity, peace, and love through my music. I know words aren't enough. I'll have to show change through my actions. If you're open, I'm here. Well, he's not there, and he's not going to be there. So they weren't open. They're closed for business, according to him. Prime Minister weighed in. Kerastama! Weighed in and told the Sun newspaper it was deeply concerning that Mr. West was booked to perform despite his previous anti-Semitic remarks. And when I read that, ladies and gentlemen, I got a little trigger in me brain. Something flashed. It triggered. It banged on me head and said, hey, remember this? Remember? And the memory wasn't specific, but it was enough. It said, James, Bo, don't you remember that someone in the royal family showed up somewhere in a Nazi uniform, in Nazi garb? And so I posted that. I said on the story, and when I X'd it, when I posted it on X, I said, is my memory, is this imagination or is this real? And within minutes, I got a response. And a picture. There's a New York Post cover, front cover, and the headline, full page, Royal Nazi. And it's from 2003. It was Prince Harry who dressed up and went to a party in a Nazi uniform. And let's see, there was quite a lot written about it at the time. Here's the CNN version of it. Thursday, January 13, 2005, London, England. Dateline, Britain's Prince Harry has apologized for wearing a Nazi uniform to a party, admitting he made a bad choice. And saying through his publicist, I'm very sorry if I caused any offense. The apology was released that week on Wednesday by the Clarence House press office. I'm sorry if I caused any offense or embarrassment to anyone. It was a poor choice of costume, and I apologize. It was in the front pages there. Large headlines said, Harry the Nazi. Jewish groups and lawmakers in Britain criticized Harry for the stunt. You know it's called a stunt. They criticized him for the stunt at the time. But nobody suggested. So I think that, what's his name again? This his new name? I'm sorry, this. Yay. How can I forget that? Yay. So you're looking at the pictures of Harry dressed up in the Nazi uniform? See? So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we should defend after all, Ye has apologized. He said he didn't mean it. It was all a poor choice that he made to do the Heil Hitler stuff, to do Nazi songs, to talk about how much he loved Hitler. He was bipolar. And we all know that the young man, I started to call him a boy, but I don't want people attacking me for being racist. We all do know that the young man has had a history of, how shall we say, a mental instability. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, that would be one.
And do we think that he's faking his mental instability?
No.
It's real. So here we have a young man with what many people would say is a real case of mental instability, and he's apologized. We have a royal member who just said, I'm sorry, I dressed up like a Nazi. And they said, okay, all's forgiven. Until he married that black woman. then all hell broke loose. Well, that's yes in air quotes. But then all hell broke loose over there and over here. But nobody's saying Harry the Nazi anymore. They've forgiven him for it. So I think that Mr. Ye's representatives ought to talk to the people over at the Home Office over there and just say, listen, what's good for Harry is good for Ye. Ye? Or Ye? And let him go over there and see what happens.
This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.